Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I would like to join my colleagues on this part of the House and commend the Honorable Minister, Dr. Ashley Singh, and his team for presenting a comprehensive and a transformative budget, a budget that would bring relief, and a budget that would meet the needs of the people, a people's budget. Mr. Speaker, I would also like to say to Dr. Ashley Singh, Honorable Member, as I worked in Region 2, Region 3, Region 4, and other regions, I was asked, so Dr. Ashley is back? And I said, yes, he is back. And they said to me, many of our Guyanese people, Amerindian and other ethnic groups, said to me, that is the man for the job. That is the man to handle the finances of this country. That is what was said to me, Honorable Mr. Speaker. And as I listen in this Honorable House, all the ill things that were said about the Honorable Member, Dr. Ashley Singh, sir, I want to say to you, welcome home. The Guyanese people welcome you. And thank you once again, your team, you and your team, for all the hard work that you have put into this budget. Budget 2021. Budget 2021, under the caption, a path to recovery, economic dynamism, and resilience. Mr. Speaker, the word recovery. Why this word? This word is important. It is real. It is applicable to our situation in the country right now, because we are recovering. One of my colleagues a few days ago said, from a tsunami came. But while we're recovering from a tsunami, Mr. Speaker, I would like to say we are recovering from a disaster, a man-made disaster, not a natural disaster. This disaster was created by the APNU AFC. And I noticed that they've just walked out, they've left. Because, Mr. Speaker, they are strangers to the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. But only the truth shall set you free. And they all know that because they all quote scriptures. Disaster. They have done this country so many wrong things. And I will speak of some of the wrong things, Mr. Speaker. But you know what the good book says? Forgive them, for they know not what they did. That's what the good book says. However, it is very difficult to forgive. Mr. Speaker, as I sit here quietly and listen to what is being said, I've heard from members of the APNU AFC condemning the budget. I've heard from them saying that is our thing in the budget. Some part of the budget is their thing. APNU AFC, that's our thing. If it's your thing, Mr. Speaker, and we bring it back, you should be proud. You should be proud to know that the PPPC include your thing. But they're confused because if it's saying it's their thing, they still condemn the budget. Mr. Speaker, they are a group of confusing people. We've all heard on this side of the house. Some projects program belongs to them. But in the same breath, we've heard that the budget is useless. It's worthless. That's what we heard again. It's a path to tragedy. That's what we heard from them. It's a budget to punish poor people. And one of the honorable members say, and it's not a justice for all budget. I didn't know you were justice for all party over here. And then I keep hearing the word, every time they speak about the budget, the pink slip. Well, I have pink slips in my hand here. And the pink slip would help me to remember some of the things that they did while they were in office. And if they are referring to the pink slip that some of our residents have to sign, families have to sign before they receive the $25,000, the pink slip is a way for us to give account, for us to be transparent in how the money is being disbursed. But they are strangers to the truth. And so, Mr. Speaker, they would continue, the honorable members that represent the APNU AFC would try to continue to mislead this nation. Every opportunity they get, Mr. Speaker, their plan is to mislead. But that is not new. What they did when they were in office, Mr. Speaker, they mislead the nation, they mismanage. Incompetence was the order of the day, Mr. Speaker. And so, sitting on the other part of the House, on the opposition benches, it is still embedded in them, mislead. And when people don't want to listen to them now, they are playing their last card. What is the last card? What is the last trump they have now? Racism. Racism, racial hostility, division. They are trying now to divide and conquer. But no, Mr. Speaker, it will not happen. Mr. Speaker, if we are to speak about racism and racial hostility, I should be saying that. I should be saying that because we face many challenges because of our race. And yet still today I can say, forgive them, for they know not what they did. Yet still I can stretch my hands out and say, hold my hand, let us walk together. Let us walk this path of recovery. So, Mr. Speaker, the last card, the last trump is now being played. But, Mr. Speaker, I want it to be known that Guyana, our motto is one people, one nation with one destiny. And in this very house, sir, His Excellency, Dr. Irfan Ali, spoke about oneness. And wherever he goes, he's taking that message. And so wherever we go, we will take that message also. And this, sir, is no fluff and bluff. No, we mean it. We have to make the difference. We here. So, sir, all the talks about cohesion and a ministry of cohesion and how much the ministry of cohesion did. And I saw an honorable member had a book waving, a green book about cohesion. I have never seen that book. I don't know what it says. But I would like to say, sir, the ministry of cohesion and all the talks about cohesion was like a joke. Was a joke. When they go out in the various region, it was like a party, a big sport. That is what cohesion was. I said it before, sir, and I'm going to say it again, that cohesion should have started in the house, in this house. And instead of that, what is being said, what is being spewed, what is being directed, what is being thrown like bullets, hate, racism. If we can't have cohesion here. So, Mr. Speaker, there's a lot of work that has to be done on the APNU AFC. Because we don't go out there and talk racist. We don't go out there and talk color. We don't go out there and talk ethnic division. No. We talk about oneness, one people, one nation, and one destiny. Mr. Speaker, as I listened to the honorable members on the APNU AFC side, and I'm amazed, sir. I'm amazed, sir, that now, once more, they have all the answers. Once more, they have all the answers, sir. It makes me remember, sir, prior to 2015, when they were campaigning, they had all the answers how to manage this country. All the answers they had. And some people believed them. What happened, sir? They lost the answers when they came into office. They lost it. Sir, I would like to say, they had a 100-day plan. And I wonder, sir, and I'd like to ask this question, if any of the APNU AFC members sitting in this house can remember what that 100-day plan says. If my memory serves me right, sir, 21 things were listed there. And how many of those things became a reality? I wonder if anyone can answer that question. But I want to highlight one, sir, because I know at least they did one. And the one was holding of local government elections, which, Mr. Speaker, 2016, they lost the local government election. And 2018 leaks like peas. They lost again. And Mr. Speaker, you know what is called a bad loser. A bad loser. They got bitter and sour. And so, Mr. Speaker, I wish to refer to the national, regional, and national elections. We all know what happened. Mr. Speaker, I would like to say, I've walked the length and breadth of this country. Every region, almost every village, and I'm saying Amerindian villages. And I've had to talk to many persons and people out there. And many of them said to me that they have never seen a minister or a representative of the APNU AFC. Because why, Mr. Speaker? They forget that they promised the people. They forget what they promised the people. They failed to deliver. And so that is why today they are sitting on that side of the house, sir. They failed to deliver. And in so doing, sir, they have always failed in everything. And so they failed to read and understand the document. And so, sir, they would not see the things that is positive, that would address the needs of the Guyanese people. They cannot understand it because they live above most of our people. And so, sir, here we are today, hearing that the budget is useless, it's worthless, it's punishing poor people, but still we're hearing it's part of their ideas. Confusion in the camp, sir. But, sir, there will be many more years of confusion for them. Many more years of confusion. Sir, let me go to the APNU AFC 2015 manifesto. You know, it is shameful to know that they went out there to many of our villages and communities. And in their manifesto, sir, what did they say about the indigenous people? They had so loved the people there. Loved them, yes. They had said in their manifesto, sir, 2015 manifesto, where I might think that many of them can't remember. What they said, that the APNU, AFC government, will recognize the rights of the indigenous peoples in keeping with international standards. They would uphold all the declaration and everything. Sir, where are we still? The UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples clearly states that indigenous peoples have the right to lands that they previously occupied, otherwise used or acquired. And sir, they failed. They have failed. Mr. Speaker, I wish to say, sir, that 23 years, as the honorable member is saying, I wish to respond, sir. Yes, the PPPC had 23 years to address land issues. Yes, sir, we did address land issue. And sir, I would like to say that when we came into office in 1992, although land titles were given under the previous administration, the then PNC, what did they do? They give land title without consulting our people. And that is why we have so many problems today. They did that. And sir, let me say further.
Honorable member, before you can say further, you need an extension.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to ask for a 5-minute extension for my colleague to conclude her speech.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable member, you may continue.
Yes, thank you, sir. Sir, it was under the PPPC. When the PNC left office, only one single village was demarcated. And so let me respond, sir. In the 23 years, the PPPC demarcated more than 100 villages. And they titled more than 26 new villages. And we left a project when we left office. We left $700 million coming from the Norway agreement. We left that project. What happened, sir? I would like any one of the honorable member on the other side of the house to tell this house from 2015 to 2020 how many villages they titled. When the staff was there, resources was there, everything was there, what did they do? Sir, we did work when we had rough times to find the money to do it, and we still deliver. Sir, Honorable Mr. Speaker, I wish to make some comments. The honorable member from Region 2, my region, he lives there, I live there, sir. I remember he said that the electrification project is the brainchild of APNU. Wrong. Let me correct that, sir. Wrong. 2010, 2011, 2012, under the PPPC, over 11,000 solar panels were distributed across the country to hinterland regions. Sir, when we left office, and I want the public to know, we left there, sir, 6,000 solar panels. What happened to the 6,000 solar panels? When we inquire, sir, not one rural village got any panel under the APNU AFC. What did they do with it? And that is how they care for us. Sir, I've listened to the honorable member, Sherwin Holder, the honorable member, and says, when he says massive development in Region 2, where I would like the honorable member to pinpoint to me or to this honorable house, 2018 under agriculture, $19 billion was allocated for agriculture. Honorable member, tell this house how much of that money was spent in Region 2 or how much was spent in any of the Amerindian villages in Region 2. Bring it to the house. Tell us. Tell us. Mr. Speaker, health, massive improvement, health. Mr. Speaker, as late as early January 2020, there was no drugs or medical supply in our hospitals. 2019, sir, November 2019, we could not even extract a tooth at the Soddy or Charity Hospital because while they have the syringe, they don't have the needle. And that is massive development. Sir, I can bring evidence, facts to this house. The word massive. And these are facts, sir. These are facts. We live in the same region. And so I am still looking for the massive development. However, before I go, sir, I need to touch on the Hayes project. The Hayes project is a complete failure. Again, I would like to ask the honorable member, Region 2, my region, his region, could he identify how much successful businesses established under the Hayes project? We have 9 villages, and each village had 10 persons under the Hayes project. Find 9 successful businesses, sir. I challenge you. It was a failure. But 2 weeks ago, when the honorable minister was in Region 2, I was part of that meeting. Sir, to stand up and say, Minister, I thank you for the CSOs. Come to our village and see how our CSOs are performing. They stood up and said that, sir. The APNU AFC did us a lot of wrong. Mr. Speaker, I therefore, sir, without hesitation, support Budget 2021, a path to recovery, economic dynamism, and resilience. Yes, sir, we are recovering. With the help of God, the Great Spirit, Allah, Jah, whoever it is, we will recover. Thank you, sir.